I grew up in a family where the work ethic was tattooed in my mum and dad's bones, which is no bad thing, really. Given the difficulties I had, unassessed dyslexia and undiagnosed autism and years of bullying, the crippling lack of self-confidence that comes with that, I was kind of drifting in my life, and the autism was definitely, looking back now with a late diagnosis, the autism was definitely running riot. Everything I seemed to touch just crumbled. I had my first girlfriend, and it was a disaster. I found that relating to her was extremely difficult. I overtalk, I'm not very good at reading non-verbal body language. I didn't know it at the time, but these were all classic features of autism. Work at that time was difficult to find for most people who were time-served tradesmen or were qualified, never mind somebody like myself, armed with one O-level and a lot of enthusiasm. My wee friend and I in the street where we lived, we tried to set up a business as gardeners. We were keen. We split what little money we had on a wheelbarrow and tools, and we went out into the world, and very quickly we learned that we were like fish food. We were prey. We'd do gardens and nobody would pay us. We were young. So this venture crumbled. And then one day, when I was down in the Livingston Job Centre, I saw a community programme placement for a statistical assistant. Now, the job centre officer, who was a really nice man, had spoken to me a week before, and he said, listen, you're desperate to work and you're not having a lot of luck. And he said, listen, the way to get a job is blag it, wing it. And I said, what do you mean by blag it? He said, often if you can talk your way through an interview, you can get into the job and then learn on the job. And nobody's going to know any different, unless it's a doctor or an engineer. He said, but this statistical assistant, do you want to apply for it? I said, well, there's a slight problem. I'm dysnumerate. He said, that's not a problem, son. You're smart enough. You've got something about you. Let's get you through the interview. Somehow I got through the interview and I got accepted. And it was okay for the first 3 months because we were doing door-to-door surveys in Knightsbridge and Deans because they were building the railway station there. And we were sort of carrying out a feasibility study among the local populace to find out whether they wanted a railway station or not.